Hello, good morning everyone. So today we're going to see the continuity of our playbook and we will see what are the connection type do we have. What's the meaning of connections? How it's going to run the major role with the DevOps or in higher classes like you're going to do API or HTTP, netconf, RESTconf, those things. So this is a fundamental. We will see Ansible. Today we will work on this Ansible programming. Later on, once we will come back to DevOps, then we will try to recall and reconnect what we studied today. Okay, so please spare the quality time over here, connection time. So here we have how network automation is different for what. So guys, please, I will share you this link. Go through, understand each and every word. Okay, I'm going to give you overview what do you mean by this connection control. Before coming this, let me show you, discuss this point, connections. There is something attribute called connection. What is called connection? Connections is the key. You have to pass the value as a local. Then we have network CLI and others. We will see what are those features. So what do you mean by local? If you pass the local, what's the meaning of local? How it's different from if you pass the network CLI? How it's different? And what are the connection type do we have? So we're going to study by the documentation, because documentation is the perfect book where that's a tested and it's a throughout globally accepted this. Excuse me, let me switch on AC Iraqi. Okay, sorry guys. Yep. So are you guys able to hear me? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yes.
Now, what is the local connectivity? What do you mean by CLI 2? So let's understand. First, you understand there is a for method. And what do you mean by persistence? I'm coming on that. Before that, you should understand why do I need the connection type. So execution on the control node. Tell me the Ansible playbook or Ansible ad hoc command, where do I run actually on the control node? They're going to bring this
Yes.
output from the manage node. So everything is running on the control node, nothing going to run on the manage node. Okay, but unlike most Ansible module, network module do not run them on the manage node. But apart from network module, other module, what they do, everything run on Linux, Unix or Windows machine. They do not bring the things on the control machine. But only the network modules are going to run everything in the control machine. Means they will connect to the network managed device, router switches. They will collect the information. They will bring down on the control machine and they will save or whatsoever want. Means they are not going to use their resources like memory, RAM, ROM of the router switches. Are you clear on this point, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Why this is happening? Because the major of network device cannot run the Python. Okay, so they do not run the Python. So everything run on the control node. So control node, they need special protocol which give the environment explicitly so that they can connect to the remote device and bring all the information to back to your control machine, and that's supposed to be very secure, that's supposed to be very authenticated. So for this they have multiple communication protocol. No one going to teach you dear, try to understand in this detailed level. So why do I need this protocol? The whatever the modern technology or DevOps working, this is the fundamental concept on which the entire DevOps or the automation going to work. So we have globally accepted multiple protocol, that is the 4 multiple protocols, okay, which is listed over here. Let's understand one by one. I told you network CLI and the local. So we will see today's class what's the difference between the local and network CI. But in advance, once we will go for the further classes like DevOps, we will see the netconf and the restconf. Then further after the DevOps, we will see the API, that HTTP restcom over the API. So means we can communicate, my control node can do all these activity using these 4 protocols. So what are the protocols? Network CLI, that's a CLI over SSH. Of course we are using the port number 22 SSH. You saw that Ansible entire work on. So all the CLI information over the SSH. Then netconf, they are using the XML over the SSH. They are also using transport as a SSH, but they are not using as the CLI format. They use the different format that is called XML. We will see that. Okay. Then we have latest technology that is called REST API. That is nothing. HTTP API. That's an API over the HTTP and HTTPS. In DevOps, we will spend the quality time on this and we will reconnect. So today is very important to understand the connection type. So we will now, last is called depend upon provider local. Local says that there is no only the one difference, bro. Persistent means all this protocol which is working over the protocol, whether it's a HTTP, HTTPS or SSH, in the format of CLI, XML or API, they have persistency. But for the local, they don't have persistence. So let me understand what do you mean by persistence. So I have defined the very crisp and clear persistence means. In the layman language, you understand that means you have to pass your user password and like enable password, other authentication method again and again in the local. But where do you have persistence, you supposed to pass once, you supposed to pass your once, and you make a variable as a and keep your persistency maintained. Means after 90 days only you change your password and everything credentials. Who going to take care of the credentials? So authentication in local connectivity you have to pass every time. Whereas in network CLI you can maintain your persistency. So what do you mean by persistencies? So the easy language I have defined you here. Let me give you in interview you can say that what do you mean by persistence. So determined to continue doing the something even through the people say that you are wrong or you cannot do it. It's your user and password. You have to keep personal lasting for a long time, happening oftenly. Means again and again you have to use this. Okay, so the credentials here, this persistent key is nothing. This is talking about the credentials which we're going to pass, and in the production environment your credential is a very important role that should be persistence. I'm
So
able
it
to.
means network CLI just like a single sign-on.
Yeah, of course यार तुमने, if you in your
Okay.
organization you log
Yeah.
on with your credential, single same user and password, right?
Right.
You should not pass again and again. That's irritating. Right now you can see I'm passing and again every time I have to give the user and password, and you know the user, you don't know the password but you know the user as Yasu, but I don't want to show you
Right.
these things. I have to keep hide, right? And even after hiding I have to encrypt that, so that my code supposed to decrypt and then supposed to use this. That's a healthy or not, tell me?
Yes.
Yes. And second thing, when you go for HTTP or HTTPS, you are going in cloud. You are giving your authentication credential. You can't play in the text, plain text. You have to be encrypted. And you need persistency. Whenever you run your command, you should not pass your user and password again and again, or any kind of credential, right? So these protocols inbuilt with the persistency, credentials, and others. Okay, where is the local connectivity they don't have, so we will see how to use here. Okay, and some examples, leave it this example, we will do my own example so you understand. Where go through this, understand each and every word here. The given network module also used as a control node as a destination backup file. Of course we are not going to save everything in the device, but in Linux, Unix, everything happened in the local device. We are going to bring all the information from the network module to my destination. Who is the destination? My destination is my control node, and you keep everything on there. That's why we need some kind of technique by which we can communicate between control node and the, what do you say, your manage node. Understand? Let's do the practice on this key. Guys, are you comfortable, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this time I'm not going to um, waste my time. I'm going to refer to my play. So I have already created play here, and I'm going to edit something. So not before that, I need to introduce connection. Okay. No, this play, it's a multiple thing already there. So I don't want to show you. Let's come back to one by one. Okay. So I'm going to write my, so okay, this is comments, so I'm going to give couple of comments. Oh, and I have to store, I have to save this, and this is my second code of the day. Second code, that's all. Dot yaml. Okay, I'm going to save this, enter this. So as soon as, now I'm going to write my code. I started, I'm going to close this, and starting and closing I will give the name. What is the name, anyone? So I'm going to do connection time. Let's discuss connection time. Connection type. Okay, that's the name. And then I will give two space, a space one, a space two. Then pass the host name. Host attribute is your host, and then attribute router. I will use routers only. Okay. Now I'm going to, or I can use the. You can see the rack also, L2 switches, but there only. And what is the next command? Everyone tell me. Gather. Always remember, gather what? Facts is
Facts.
supposed to be there. This time I'm going to use no instead of false. Now next, what we study, the connection. The connection type, that's I'm going to use local. Local means what? There is no persistent, that's all. Local is no persistent, but they do everything local to the control system. Means they are telling bring everything, don't do anything on manage node, bring all the output on the local node. You communicate with the over SSH and bring the all output to them, to whom? To the
Control node.
to the controller. But there is no persistence. You have to pass again and again. What do you mean by that? The local. Now I'm going to declare the variable this time. So how do you declare variable? Variable are nothing. I want to declare my user and password. User and password. Okay. And there is something called Jinja template. Do you know Jinja template? Anyone? Right? No. Jinja template. What is Jinja template? Let me show. Jinja template. Do I write somewhere? Jinja template. Do I use the Jinja template? Yes. Okay, leave it. What do you mean by Jinja template? Let me show you. Here. Jinja template. What is Jinja template? Can you able to see my this? What is the Ansible Jinja template? Jinja template are the simple template file that store the variable that can be changed from time to time. Means the Jinja template is a template where you can store your variable. You want to keep on change, like it's a very useful when you use the loop, because you want to do R1, R2, R3, or keep on changing those variables. So Jinja template going to be very helpful, and this is a globally accepted Jinja 2 template, and this is very useful. You will see that. And the basic funda, I just move on the from fundamental to writing the code little advanced. You can see my Jinja template. Okay, and what these are, when the playbook are executed, this variable get replaced by the actual variable and define the Ansible Playbook. This is a very good component of Jinja template, and this is very easy syntax. I will show you the syntax. What is the syntax? Let me show. Jinja template having syntax of like this. See, this is Jinja 2 template. So we have double bracket and pass your parameter with the both side space. Give the password. If you are not giving the a space over here, so this is going to bring with the without a space. That's also useful. Sometime I will show you both the example whether you have to use a space or where. When you are passing as a loop, you don't use the space, otherwise you can. Okay, and this comes generally within the here guys. This is the template. You can pass any value here and you can loop through. Okay, we can integrate with the Jinja template with the loop, or without loop also you can integrate. We will see how we can going to pass. So Jinja template going to save you standard. What are the value you pass on the Jinja template, they will keep on retrieve those. Okay, clear guys, everyone? Tell me yes, no. Okay, let's see the example.
Yeah.
Then we will understand. So how it's going to work. Here Jinja template is used. Let me use this Jinja template first in the code itself. We are here. So we're going to pass some variable. So what will be the variable? Variable could be anything. Anything you want to pass. Like I want to pass multiple command. Okay, multiple command and secure the password. What will be the my template? Multiple command. Either you can go for the command line. Let me remove this first to go for the fundamental type. Then we will see come to the local connection type. Okay, so I'm going to give the task for the multiple one. Then we will come with the variable declaration. What's the benefit? And then we will see the how to use of Jinja template. Please concentrate. Bear with me. Okay. Now, what is the so first there is a task I want to introduce the standard task. What are the standard tasks we have? We have two standard tasks, multiple standard tasks, but we're going to see the standard task. There is a command that's called CLI command. CLI command. CLI command says that like in the raw module, you use the module, right, for execute any command. Okay, same way this CLI command is a module which give you the flavor in the playbook. Okay, so What to know about this module? Let's understand about the spare some time for the modules. The name I command. Okay, examples. So CLI command says that you can pass whatsoever command you want to pass. CLI command is a module. After that, you can pass your list of commands. Okay, you can pass your list of commands. So you can see the attribute commands are coming, and this CLI is a module under which you can pass your command. What is the default? Boolean no, new line yes, and this is the default. Later on you use the command keyword and pass your the command. Okay, and then you can loop your command. Later on you will, this is the Jinja template, guys. This is the Jinja template, and we are going to pass the our variable. We will come to later on this point. First you understand the basic command, the task. So my CLI, that's the command, is the module. So you have to take care of spelling. Is a command or commands? So this is a command. Okay. Now come to the, this is your module. You have to pass your commands. You pass your commands. Okay. Now you give your command like first list I will give you. Soak IP interface if. First command. Second command I will give. So IP R. And I'm going to check this, include up, or leave it here. I want everything on this level because we have limited. So you can see you can pass your multiple command in this task. Can you able to see, guys, everyone? So we have command modules instead of row module, and then we have to pass our commands. After that, once you pass this command, what going to be happen? Anyone? Yeah, under this task I'm going to pass my what I want to register. The output going to be register. So I will have to define register as anything. Watch out, watch out, anything you can do that, any name, but you have to remember whatever the you have given the name. Watch out, I want to print this, or you want to debug this, you can debug. Okay, how do you debug? So you have to give debug, then name, I don't want to give name, then you have to pass two keyword, then under that
Ashway,
you have to give
or
debug.
just don't debug, just print. So like only print. We don't want to debug. So
Okay, you don't want to debug means you don't want to see the debug out. So let's, so I have done this, and let's try. So I have ansible this. So instead of that, what is the second code we have? Second code yaml.com. The block was encountered while loading the task. Watch out. CLI command. So IP interface leave, and then not happening. Means the you understand the error appear in this code, in the code having appear line 4 column 3, but maybe elsewhere in the file depending on the exact syntax problem. Means we are getting the syntax problem here, we are not having the proper syntax. So let's see, I have this syntax. 1 minute, let me open this file. So we have syntax for the command output with the iOS command. CLI command is not right syntax, and we have tested with the wrong. There is this is either you use this complete module, or you use the old syntax that is called iOS syntax. Let me show. So here it's not CLI, this is the iOS command syntax. Clear guys, everyone understand? So you have to see the error this way, line 4 by practice it will come. I will give you all the tested environment. Now let's play this. So I have, so instead of there is no CLI command module, there's a ISO command module, and then go for command. You can check it out. This I have ready made the command, which is you have the commands outputs, and then you have to, there's instead of that you have to commands. Now let's save this and then run this. Still we have error task depending on this.
Now this time is okay, same
Wait,
error.
let me read this. So name the task, and then we have
Ashway, it's
command line.
commands, not command. After the iOS command, the below syntax is commands, and
No,
you
no, I
type it's
given the
command.
command only there. I have
No, no,
given
it's
the
commands.
command. No,
It's
no, command
commands.
I give. Command only. I also command.
Okay, okay.
There is a error
Okay.
due to because we have to introduce the list with the tags, and then we have to pass, give the name, multiple output. Okay, then you pass your syntax error. You have two command, and then you have to give the two this, then you have passed the two space with this. Okay, now you save this. So multiple command output, then ISO module command, then we have 16 line watchdog register. Okay, so register we have to give the alignment to the under the name. You can see under the name you have to give the same alignment. If the alignment is wrong, then it's not going to work. Now you see the out. So guys, alignment and the command output, these are the old one. It's going to this syntax, this command module is a old module, so we are using the old module. Okay, we are not using the right now the latest module what we have given here, CLI net common command. We have to install this galaxy. Okay, I don't want to do you, I will do that part later. So this, but the syntax is not proper. Under this syntax you are not able to do. So I will say to the exact syntax. We have ISO command, this is the most basic one, it will work every environment. Okay, now so what is the syntax? You have to follow either the for syntax, for a space, then only it's going to work. Under that every place you have to give two spaces with, and you can list out your output. Now what going to be happened in output? They did not print anything. They passes this with the warning. They are telling the warning is okay, that there is no Python interpreter, we know that. Okay, and we are showing with the all three tasks they have executed, they given them okay, and they pass with the this command. But there is no use if you are not going to print. There is no use if you are not going to print your output. Either you copy your output or either you print on screen. What do you say, everyone?
Print we already saw, so this time can we copy this? Because I
Okay,
guess in the
so let's
last
copy.
example
We
we
saw
saw
the debug. So this time we want to do the print. So I'm going to give the name as soon as name, and I want to save into the backup folder. So we will create one folder and we're going to back it up. So this is my new task within the new name. So I'm going to create. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy is a modules, and then to whom I'm going to copy the content. So I'm going to copy the content. Where I want to copy the content, I will use Jinja template. So I'm going to use Jinja template. So where you want to copy, guys, everyone, and what you want to copy. So I want to copy watchdog. What I want to copy, watchdog. How you want to copy? Do you remember? The output, standard out. The line I will say that. Okay. This is the my Jinja template. Means they're going to pass the output over here. Okay. They're going to pass the output over here. Jinja template. We will see. So instead of that, I want to just keep this. I'm not going to do for multiple command. I'm going to do for only one command. Let's test for one command if it's successful, and we will pass the array as a 0, means the first array. So this is the my stuff. Now this content, you copy this content to which destination. I will define the destination. So destination will be what? So destination, again, my I will create the backup folder on my home directory. Okay, I will create my backup folder. There I want to keep this. What's the use of Jinja template? I want to keep, there is 3 router. I want to keep all 3 different output, all 3 host name. Like router 1, router 2, router 3. They follow the same host name while they are going to save the output. So I'm going to use the Jinja template again over here. This time I will not give the space because I want the text file. So there is a standard inventory file called, that is called inventory host name. That template, the variable automatically going to store in that. So what will be the inventory, the keyword you supposed to remember, because this is the defined keyword, sorry, host name. So what they say is that I'm going to save in the backup folder in the home directory with the inventory host name, whatsoever the host name, on that their name I'm going to store, and I will give this a txt file. Clear, guys? Syntax understand? So I have to create the backup file in the home directory. Okay, so let's see, do we have backup file or not? So I can see there is no backup file. So I will create the backup file. You have to follow the same spelling, the backup. So make directory dir. Okay. Now I have backup file. You see here, this is the backup. So in that I will see what are, if I will go to the backup right now, I cannot see anything ls. You can see nothing is there. Okay, we are within the backup. There is nothing there. Now let's play this. So I save this and let's play this. So we have second code. Could not found the playbook, could not find. Okay, why, guys? Because I'm in different path. I have to go pwd in the home. Right now here we will do cd and my path is changed. Now I'm in home directory. Okay, so run this. So my play is running. Let's see what error we can encounter. Wow, so save into the backup folder. That's why they are not printed anything. They are telling the they have saved into the backup folder. They have done this task. They are doing the multiple tasks. The first task they run this command, and the second task they save all this in the backup folder. So I will go to the backup folder. I will go to the backup folder, and we will check that what are the, you can see three tasks, three with their name. All three output has been saved with the host name, and we can check the output. If I will go to the backup folder and I will go to the backup, I can see this, open this, and my output is stored in that. You see this, everyone, guys?
Yeah.
So how it's working, you see that. Astos, if I want to print also and I want to backup this, so what going to be happened if I am going to run this backup again? What going to be happened? This is already backed up, and the same command. What going to be happened? So I will see you in next class, and how we have to do the backup multiple time. And if I want to see different time slot, it's a possible. If I want to do this time we have only one command. If I want to take the multiple command, with the backup going to work or not? How it's a connection is defined locally, because we saw that all the output is stored in the control plane, not into their own device. Okay, we will see in next class. Bye bye, see you.